Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and this is the Klein Tools ET140 Pinless Moisture Meter. It's not a very expensive tool, real simple design. If I turn it on, you can see it's got a nice bright screen. This is actually set up for drywall, as you can see in the corner. I can toggle through. There's for masonry, hardwood, and softwood. And I'm going to be working with softwood here because I'm out at my wood pile, and most of this is one pine variety or another. It also has a hold button, which allows you, if you have to insert it somewhere where you can't read the display, you can just hit the hold button, and then when you remove it, it shows, just like if I quickly go over here, hit the hold button. That's an inaccurate reading because it wasn't flush on the surface, but you get the idea. But anyway, so I've got various wood here, and what you want to do is be able to put this sensor here right up against it. In fact, if I put my finger on it, you can see I've overloaded the sensor. It also has green, yellow, and red indicators, just for quick visuals based on the type of surface that you're testing. So that changes. The hardwood runs from about 0 to 35, softwood runs from 0 to 55%, and then you can get 0 to 100 with the masonry and the drywall, but that's a relative thing. Oddly, the operating altitude, it says it maxes out here, as I read the instructions, at 6,500 feet. Well, that's darn close to what I am right now, so it's kind of interesting that I guess it still works. It does seem to be reading fairly dry. Here is you can see right here, I've got about 6.1. Generally, I want something more 10 to 15 is what I like for my particular wood stove. If you get it too dry, it burns too hot, too fast, and actually incomplete because it can't burn all of the material. So it ends up making more smoke and more debris in your chimney. Now this side here is a little more moist, but you can see that's, look at that, there's about 14, 13.9. The plus or minus accuracy on this guy is 4 to 5%, which is quite a bit. So if I grab a chunk of wood, like this guy here, and put that on there, 7.2, it could be as high as 11 or so, which is getting into the ballpark of what I'm looking at here. So I'm guessing this thing's running a little low given some of this wood, but it has dried for a couple of years, the wood that I've dug into here. So here's some freshly cut wood. This was laying on the ground, so I thought I'd test it. 14, 15%, something like that. Now it depends where you put it. If you put it in the center, it might be less or more than the outside. If it's the outside, it's probably going to dry faster. If it's the center, it's going to take longer. Here's one. This thing's 32, 18. You can see that there's a 30 out near the edge, 12 in the center, so that'll dry pretty quick. That one's 24, 30, 15. That's not too bad. Give it a year. 15, 29, 30. You know, we are getting out there. Whoops, there we go. In the center of this one, we are overloaded. It's too wet. But overall, it's a decent little tool, not too expensive as I mentioned, fairly large, runs on a single 9-volt battery, and if you do drywall work or you're interested in working on any wood projects where the actual amount of moisture in the wood makes a difference, then this is a possibility. And because it's pinless, you don't have to compromise any surfaces. The pin ones, like if you're doing drywall, you literally have to put the pins through the surface in order to get the measurement. This is supposed to go down about about 3/4 of an inch. So that's actually pretty deep for that sensor. Anyway, there it is for what it's worth if you're interested in such things, but monitoring firewood is my use. And with that, Doc out.